Okay, our next topic is discussing the annual Pacific Beach Town Council's open house. An invite went out to organizations to come in, and it's probably like a 1 hour event. And I think everybody gets 3 minutes to talk and say, this is what our organization is, this is what we do. And then there's a period where people can go around to a table and meet the people from that organization. It's on March 15th. It's a Wednesday at 6:30. And we probably want the Coastal Coalition to present 3 minutes and say a few words. And I'm looking for, where is that article? Yeah, so I put this out and said, is anybody interested? And 13 people saw it.
Oh,
None of our articles get any likes. Very few get comments. This one didn't get any likes or comments either. So it's up to those of us that happen to be here any certain time on whether we want to present or not. Do you know of any other organizations that are going to respond to that, Chris? Discover PB, Beautiful PB, or?
you mean be present and have a little table there?
Yeah,
Well,
this is the letter that was.
council always, PB Planning Group always has a table, but I didn't hear mention of it yet, so I don't know if they plan to be there, but they should. And Beautiful PB always has. We haven't discussed it, but we have a meeting before then, so I'm sure we'll discuss it. And I don't know if you have either of you been to that meeting before, the annual meeting they have.
I have not.
Hannah should be.
Yeah, with the open house. Yeah, I've been several times, and usually I'm sitting at the planning group desk table.
Yeah. So it's really pretty awesome. I think they've done at least 2 years, and it ends up, the idea is to have all the community organizations show up, and when you see that there's like almost 20 community organizations, you go like, wow, how can there be so many organizations in one community?
Yeah.
And everyone stands up and asks for money. It's kind of funny. Donate to us. No, donate to us. But yeah, it is a great time to hear about everything that's going on and network. And if you're not in an organization and you go there, which seems like there's not many people that are there that aren't in an organization, but if you are, it sure gives you the opportunity to decide who you want to hang out with. So
to become overwhelmed quickly, huh?
Yeah, so it's great. All the schools are there and everything, so it's good.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get, the participation in the coalition has been real strong. PB, Gary from Mission Beach, and he's busy now because he's head of the town council, and Jim Elko from Bay Park, and he just goes to a dozen meetings every week, but he's not actually a member on any of them. And I think sort of like John Shannon is right now. I don't know if John is actually a member on one or not. He might be.
John Shannon
he's been on every meeting group you can think of.
I think he's on one of the subcommittees for Claremont. Community Planning Group. I think he's on one of the subcommittees there. And he's an advisor for Beautiful PB, but he's not a board.
Yeah. But it'd be nice to get some representation at a meeting like that from the other communities. But that's what I see 2017 as, is reaching out to these different communities. I went to the Old Town meeting, I went to La Jolla's, went up to University, I want to get over to OB and see if we get interest. And if we don't, I'm not gonna push this into 2018 too far. I don't think. But I'm getting a lot of positive comments. A lot of people, some people I talked to today at Century 3 thought it was great, to bring together the communities, and they're thinking that we need to bring the issues to them, to collaborate on the citywide and the nationwide, state and nationwide issues. So hopefully little video clips like this will circulate around, and we find out we're doing some good, we'll keep doing. If we're not, we'll...
If you were at the town council, this town council meeting coming up, and you were to state what the Coastal Coalition is and what their,
Mission.
Goals are for this year or whatever, what would you say?
That needs to be addressed a little bit. What I would do is I would turn to this. I would clean this up, and I want to do that. But if you just look at the top level items here, the population growth and density housing, the issues we talked about, and what we want out of Pacific Beach, but also to collect information. If we were to tackle this, we could actually try to start getting a vision developed through the coastal communities, which would be different than downtown, which would be different than up on the mesas. Transportation, that certainly hits all of us. Our role in homelessness, the networking and connecting, that's sort of what we're about. That's what we're trying to do here and with the meetings. Tourism, that's the whole business side of it, the short-term vacation rentals. Are we going to develop tourism to the point where we're just a tourist community and nobody lives here? Or are we trying to kick the tourist out? Are we trying to find a middle balance between it? And I'm sure every city up and down the coast has that issue. As you think about that, it gets into all the issues of community fabric. The local businesses, Bay Park's Boardwalk and Raise the Balloon, the farmers market, and your attempts and others to, expand and move that onto Garnett. And so a lot of stuff around community fabric, Mission Bay and Boardwalk issues. It's our recreation center. The big one is the seawalls crumbling, especially with this winter. It looks like it's deteriorated quite a bit, all the way from the pier down to the jetty, except for the new areas. Deco bikes. What's this one? What I want to say? Profit operations happening on the boardwalk. Community city government relations. Everybody talks about that. We had comments about that here today as well. Then there's the ecosystem stuff, and these topics are a lot of what Sustainability Matters is focusing on. And then there's just the issues we have to work, which is just the maintenance, growth, and resource development of the coalition itself. Global issues, we can't really touch those. We can play a part in it. And then I think there's some issues that a community has that a community deserves support from the surrounding communities to get it pushed through. It could be the Rewild, the De Anza, Mission Beach, I think, should step up and think about how even though it's not in their backyard, it does service their community, Mission Bay. And I think the lifeguard tower issue down by the jetty and the seawall, especially crumbling down there, that affects anybody using the boardwalk. So it comes over to PB, and it affects other communities. So, it's just generating little support for local activities in a larger area and bringing awareness to it. So I think that's what this needs put into a couple of, a 2-minute elevator pitch, basically.
I'd like to hear that one. That's a lot. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. But,
and this is what the first year has been, sort of getting our head around what are these issues that we all share, and it's
really awesome, comprehensive look at things.
Yeah, so we gotta, you know, that's what it is, and now we just got to figure out how do we go forward with this. So we
Yeah.
got what, 2 more Thursdays? Maybe I got to find the time because we're working on getting the startup out the door, you know. So we're busy with getting software bug fixes fixed and you know, marketing plans and all of that stuff. But I got to break some time loose and clean this up and get a little elevator pitch out of it. Plus, it's good practice for me in making elevator pitches for our own product. You know, the more speaking and talking I do and developing pitches, it all blends together.
Right.
Yeah, and if we need to do any assessments of this, that's what our software is all about, is doing assessments. Plug the software while I'm at it. What the heck? Okay, so we'll end that recording, and I think this one will end the meeting. We've come to the end of the topics, and we're just 3 minutes away from consuming the hour. So we'll see what next week brings for us.
Your next week looks pretty action-packed there.
Well, this is January 26th, and this was actually, I need to change that to February. I haven't been doing as good of a job of
I see.
agendas
Okay.
ahead of time, and so
Okay. The other one you already had.
yeah, those are previous. The newer ones are at the top. So next week is going to be it's going to be March, isn't it? It's going to be March 2nd.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd like to get more people, a couple more people involved in maintaining these documents. They're all shared online, and anybody can sign up to help out. You know, and help plan agendas and bring topics together. I was going to see how much Kristen wants to get involved. Maybe I can get her involved and expand her into a larger region.
Well, I told her that, you know, it's nice that you can do it via this, you know, video conference thing, so you don't have to show up someplace.
It saves a lot of time.
But she is a very busy person, and she's got her hands in so many things.
Yep,
So.
yep. Well, I talked to her today and said I'm going to get over to her office and we'll talk. So.
She's got a great location.
Yeah.
You know where her office is?
Well, I know it's upstairs there next to the grass skirt someplace. So.
Yeah, just up above the grass skirt, ocean view. Nice.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to start the recording and where's my mouse?